I was afraid this would happen. See, there's a reason why it took me so long to make the video where I finally admitted to all of you that I'll never be able to fully relate to you because of the fact I've got this much hair. I'm 37, married, and have 2 kids. And because of that, I'm never fully going to understand what you're going through if you're in your 20s and have less hair than me. I made that video, I acknowledge it very sincerely, but there was a reason why I didn't make that video for so long. I feared that it would backfire. And I'm making this video to be open and honest with you and tell you exactly what I'm going through as the host of this channel. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel that by admitting that I realize that I'll never fully be able to relate to some of you because of you being younger and having less hair, I feel that some of you are going the other way with that and thinking, oh, so he admitted it. So that means that what he says, everything that Nick says about hair loss and being able to overcome it psychologically and becoming the exception to the rule, none of that matters anymore. Because he finally admitted he'll never know what we're going through. So all of his psychology about hair loss, it's void now. It's all out the window. See, that was my fear. That's why I didn't make the video. But let's have an open conversation about this. Can we meet on middle ground is what I'm asking of you. Can we have me admitting, yes, I'll never know fully the pain that you go through by being so young and losing your hair so young, because I am 37, married, 2 kids, and still have this much hair. Yes, I'll never fully relate to what you're going through. I'll never truly feel your pain. That's my responsibility to admit that to you. But can I also have you admit that despite the way that I'll never be able to fully relate to you, despite that, you can admit that I still have lots of truth and wisdom in what I say. And that doesn't discredit what I'm saying here. Can we admit that? Here's what it reminds me of. So let's talk about like addiction. People who are addicted to alcohol or drugs or whatever it is, okay? I think a lot of people think, oh, if you take a sip of this beer, oh no, certain people are predestined to become alcoholics, now are gonna be addicted for life for alcohol. Well, here's what I believe about addiction. I believe, yes, certain people are physically more set up and wired to become addicted to drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, gambling, whatever it is. I believe that. However, I believe those same people are more likely to have had trauma that happened to them in their life. And those are the people who are more prone to try to fill that void to overcome the psychology, the trauma that happened to them as children in their youth, and they never acknowledged that. Okay? Now, did it sound just now like I knew what I was talking about? I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to these things. And I would even include depression in that as well. But then someone would say, wait a minute, Nick, have you ever had addiction issues? Have you ever had any issues with depression either? No. Well, Nick, I can't take you seriously then. How can you tell someone that anything about addiction or depression if you've never experienced it yourself? And see, I think it's kind of like that. I feel that way. I feel that it's hard for certain people to acknowledge that I can help them despite never going through that thing. And I think people tend to use that as a roadblock, even an excuse to not get the help and understanding and moving forward that they need to. Because here's this guy who clearly knows a thing or two, but you think, because you haven't actually been through it yourself, no, I can't take you seriously, Nick. So that's how I feel right now in this moment. I'm being completely honest and vulnerable with you and telling you why I sort of regret making the video, acknowledging that I know that I'll never be able to fully understand what you're going through, because I think it gives some people an excuse to write off what I'm saying is invalid now. Okay? So please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm being so honest with you on how I feel. Show me that I can be honest with you, and show me that we can agree to come together in the middle of this. Comment section, here you go.